Hello, everyone. It's me again, and this is the recess session between lessons 5 and 10. So we're going to be doing things just a little bit differently today and going off onto some other path. And we had touched briefly on the cane as a self-defense tool, and I'm going to be doing that again today with some lessons on exercises that you might use to strengthen your arm. I want to urge you to, when you do it, to buy at least something substantial instead of one of these aluminum things that you find at Walgreens. This happens to be iron bamboo, and it's very, very strong but lightweight. Now, a lot of what I'm going to be doing is related to the Japanese sword, or better known as the samurai katana. And this would be an example of that instrument here. And also, in addition to that, we are going to include Bahalana Eskrima, which is also a bladed art in which you have to imagine on this cane that it has a sharp edge here, which it doesn't, because this is an impact weapon. So, but the techniques that we use are very similar in the cutting aspects of it, because you can see the edge coming up here on this Kesa and covering that same path again. So keep that in mind and watch my body. Now you can do as many of these warm-up exercises as you can, and keep in mind, again, this is just strictly for you beginning people, as is most of this class. You know, if some of you more advanced guys can learn something from it, then I'm happy with that too. So at any rate, I'm going to give you the exercises. We're not planning going over there again today, so please ignore that if you can. So we start off in this manner, and I'm only going to do 2 or 3. So it goes 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to continue though. And I want you to do that in your exercise, because you're going to find how it'll get your heart beating and things of that sort. So we go 1, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll slow it down. 1, 2, 3. Crossways. 1, 2, 3. I want you to watch that check hand, this left hand. 2, 3. You move here and go to the head. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. This fanning motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that hardly anything's going to get through that. Then we have snap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stabbing. 1, 2, 3. And then with that exercise, we end with this. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, in regards to those exercises, I'm going to throw in, just for good measure, a Japanese sword kata, which is called shihoyura. And it's performed this way, and you are imagining a multitude of attackers coming at you. Normally the sword would be drawn from a sheath and like this, but of course you'd look kind of silly walking down the street with a sword on your hip. So we alter some of that to accommodate the cane. So it would start this way. Again, I tried changing the focus of it, you know, and the speed, etc., just like I would with a real combat situation. And now in closing, I want to add something else. And I'll explain to you why I feel that this is necessary coming from me. I spent most of my life in martial arts, and primarily in full contact karate, sparring, combat, and where I've sustained quite a few injuries, resulting in several surgeries. And I also made the big mistake as a teacher of these arts, allowing my students to use me as a punching bag. Big mistake. But as a result, 7 years ago, at the ripe old age of 68, I was advised by my surgeons and other doctors, neurologists and so on, that I was going to be totally paralyzed unless I had a rather extensive 8.5-hour spinal cervical surgery to relieve that possibility. It was a certainty that it was going to be. Well, obviously I'm not paralyzed, but I'm saying this because I was looking at TV the other day and channel surfing, and I came on what is called mixed martial arts cage fighting. And I saw these two fellas, and they were just beating the bejabbers out of each other. Physical specimens. I mean, cauliflower ears, 25, 26 years old, they had cauliflower ears and faces all mangled up from previous battles. But they were fighting, and they were full of blood and everything. It was about the third round, and one of them didn't block properly, and one guy came in with this right cross and smacked him right in the head. And you could see his eyes rolled up, and a second later, the same guy hit him again, bam, with a left. Well, at that point, you could see his lights go out. If you've ever knocked somebody down, you can tell that that's happening. This fella hit the deck, and he hit it hard. The fight didn't stop there. The guy that had knocked him down flew through the air, jumped on his body, and as he landed on his body with his full weight, he hit him again. His head was on the ground, and he smashed him again. Then he didn't stop still. He straddled him, 1, 2, 3, 4, until the referee pulled him away and stopped it. This man was totally unconscious, could have been dead. And I don't think these people understand the ramifications of what's going on here, because that could have been me or them. It could have been instantly that they were injured badly. I don't know what the outcome of this fellow was, but he has to be having problems now and later. And you don't know if it's going to affect you at this present time, or it could be 20 years later in your life when suddenly you're confronted with something like I was 7 years ago. So I just want you to be aware of that and think about it. Because what I saw here, that was not art.